What the fuck? I can do this shit. Watch this.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You already know what the fuck is going on. It's your motherfucking favorite host. G Honcho represent Talk of the Town, represent Mass Collision. And I got a special co-host here with me. Talk your shit.
What's poppin', world? It's your boy Mega Magic. Let's get it.
And you already know it's the episode that y'all been waiting for. We got a special guest. You already know who the fuck it is, y'all.
Exit fame. You already know. We in the building, baby.
Yes, sir. And this episode is sponsored by Lonnie's Land and Undeniable Sound. And we here. About time. My brother is in the fucking building, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man? How you feeling, man?
A lot of mixed emotions right now, man. But keeping the train moving, pushing the movement, man. We worked hard to get to this point, so it's a lot of mixed emotions. Being honest, couldn't just tell you I'm okay. You know what I mean? But for those that don't understand, lost my brother Undange, but I am determined and focused, man, and I'm just it's an honor and privilege to be up here.
Nah, that's definitely my condolences, bro. For real, for real. I know it's definitely hard, but it's definitely dope that you just continue to stay focused. Like you have your emotions, but you know you're just gonna put those emotions and make it work. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely dope. Definitely dope, brother.
Yeah, definitely, man. A week ago today is when everything had happened, and it was crazy because I was just telling Magic, you know what I mean? I canceled everything, you know, but after speaking with his mother, speaking with his wife, and it's just like, nah, man, you like this is what he wanted, this is what we was trying to do, and this is how you honor him. So it's if anything, this is the time to go full throttle, foot on the gas. So I applied that, and here we are.
Yes, sir. And you just had a crazy event. It was on Friday. This past Friday, right?
Friday, yep, because today's Sunday. So Friday was the listening party for my album that dropped that Unc had put together. And shout out Mass Movement and Magic, man. So many names to name that came through for that, from the catering to the security to the DJ and the decorations. Like, people went all out, and Dange, that was his vision. That was something. While he was I was in Miami for my release doing the Coast to Coast Championship when that had happened, when that was being really put together. But yeah, man, and it came together. The whole family, his mom, his dad, like everybody was there. Did the whole album. Shout out the performers that came through. It was amazing. It was a good night, man. Then we had the Gilly at the Strain Wars last night. And then we here today, baby. You know?
Yeah, you over here working, brother. You over here working, man. Let's talk about the album, man. What inspired you for that? First of all, what inspired you for the title? Because I know the title holds a lot of meaning. And then what inspired you to just be in album mode? Because I know most artists don't really know how to channel that album mode. You feel what I'm saying? Most artists just know how to put music out, you know, promote it, whatever, but it's different than just putting out a single. You know what I mean? So how'd you just keep that focus?
Well, I mean, just being a child of hip hop, you know, hip hop's my religion, man. I like from the East Coast to the West Coast to the South, you know what I mean? It's just understanding how a body of work is put together. I feel like a project should bring you through an emotional roller coaster. And you got those albums where there's no skips through it. And I strive to do those things, recreating myself as Exit Fame and coming back. May God be with you, to your question. The first project was via Con Dios, and that was Go With God. And May God Be With You. I forgot. It was just like a spur of the moment thing. And it's that saying where it's like you're going into something, whatever you're doing. That's why every cover of the whole May God Be with 1, 2, and 3 and the deluxe, there's always a blindfold, because it symbolizes I'm moving in blind faith. May God be with you, man, whatever you going through. And usually when you hear something like that, those type of words, there's a seriousness to it. You think of the legends and the Ready to Dies and those type of album names, Get Rich or Die Tryings, like those names. So a big part of the reason and for the movement and the push to keep going, You know, I look at people like Millie's Blueprint, man, and what he's done with Blanco, the Blanco series. And if a stranger comes to you or finds your music online whatsoever and they like your stuff and they see, that's why there's a lot of things like when Lil Wayne started the Carters, it's like, this is Carter 4. Shit, I like that. I want to listen to the Carter 1. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're that dedicated of a fan, it's going to make you want to go back into the catalog. So it keeps those streams going. And because this music may be old to this local scene where I'm putting it out on, but a song from part 1 might pop, and that's new to the world. You know what I mean? So it's all about pushing the whole entity, because as local rappers, or local entertainers, I should say, we get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses, not realizing how much money we put into our past. So it's like, how do I find a way to keep up with the Joneses and stay relevant, but at the same time push my old shit too? So that's why I roll with that.
That's dope. He just answered about like 8 questions in one. I like that. I like that. I did. No, but I really did. I really did. It was a question, ongoing question. That was my bad.
So, to go back on the question with the album title and stuff, I see in your music that you like to compare like your religion, even with all like the street stuff. And in today's music, in today's society, sometimes that can be very, very controversial, or sometimes it can even sound a little cheesy. Yeah. I've seen that you found a way to still make it like relatable to the people that's in the street, and also respectful to the people that respect Christianity and religion. So like, what does that like energy come from, and how do you like get into the zone to create stuff like that? Because I know that can be very, very difficult.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's not really. I'm not religious at all. I am not a religious. I don't follow the dogmatic rules of like the church and all that. I'm not you know what I mean. I still do things, but I'm a spiritual person, and I think, I mean, you go to the like your favorite rapper or anybody. You know what I mean. Like, you go through history. A person wins the highest level of achievement they can get, whether they're at the Grammys, the Oscars, or whatever. The first thing I want to do is give thanks to God. Anything that we are doing, you know what I mean? Those same people that where I'm from in the streets, we get inside those holding cells and we go to court. The first person we talk to is God. Like, you know what I mean? Facts. We're on that hospital table and we're shot up. The first thing we do is God, you know what I mean? And to come from the circumstances I came from, the way he revealed himself to me, I couldn't do this without that. And I don't know, I think I'm just acknowledging something that everybody believes inside their heart, I would say. I'm not going to say everybody, but I don't know. I kind of just, but at the same time, I understand the people that are on that time, and I don't know, man. It's kind of like I just try to make a sound that you can get the message, but you can get that same feel that you can get if you was on Demon Time from that music. Because I walked in both sides of life. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm 37 now, so I think I have more of a responsibility to kick some mature shit.
What?
That's what I was like.
The fuck you
damn.
just said?
No, I said I'm 37, so it's like,
get the fuck out of it.
This dude's a liar.
Bro, he's lying, bro.
show you my damn ID, nigga.
Hell yeah, I want to see
lying.
this shit. What the fuck? Get the fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm June 17th, 1985.
You vegetarian?
Hey, the fuck, yo.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm thinking, bro, like 29, 30.
I'm thinking you at your late 20s.
Oh,
Damn, man. Black
I'm
crack, you doing
37,
a good
nigga.
example.
So it's like it's more of a responsibility on my part, but you know what I mean? Jail preserves you. Over 17 years of my life was in you know what I mean, in jail, so maybe I don't know. I get that a lot, but for your question, it's my responsibility to be in that age and rapping and trying to keep up with the young bucks, but at the same time stay relevant. You know what I mean? Watching people like Jadakiss and watching people that I grew up listening to and how they do it, Listen, there's a message, and no matter what the bar, there's at least one bar where it's acknowledged of a higher power controlling this thing, and that's pretty much it. That's how I do it.
I'm still stuck on. Just say he's 30, bro. That's crazy.
I don't want to be 37.
You don't look it, bro. That's crazy. Nah, that's dope. But all right, so how would you like since you lived in both both realms? How did you channel out of that? Like, how did you make that transition?
I was forced out.
Oh shit.
I was forced out. I wouldn't have did it on my own. Naturally, the decision where life had brought me, but I'm also in sobriety. I don't drink and smoke, or you know what I mean. I was involved with heavy drugs. You know what I mean. I sniffed dope. I smoked crack. I you know what I mean. I was fucked up for a while, and the things that come with that lifestyle. See, before the drugs started, I was doing the street stuff, the selling and the hustling and the whatever, the pimping and all that, trying to be a pimp anyway. I'm not going to sit there and say I was the best at that, but I made attempts at so many different ways of life and always found myself behind bars. But that lifestyle, bringing that into my home, my father had addiction problems, but you know, he had changed his life. But unfortunately, he made a bad decision and went into some stuff that I had in the house, and then he died from that, and that guilt and that shame and that hurt tore me apart, and I walked in darkness for about 7 years, man. And from the bank robberies, the home invasions, like all just to get high, you know what I mean, just to get the feeling, because I had resources from the lifestyle I lived. So a lot of stuff happened in result of that. Being stabbed, being shot, house being hit, going to jail, mom's house kicked in. And during those times, man, you know what I mean? For people that know, you know what I mean? You withdraw from drugs and all that. You got to go through stuff. So I would have to go to programs, detoxes, all these type of places. And they have these people come in to these places and they speak, and we got Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, and I'd be sitting there anyway and I would listen, you know what I mean. And these are people that walked in my shoes of life before, and I found a way out. And I was in 2019, I was at the lowest of the low. What you see on Blue Hill Ave, that's what I was. And I was my third baby mother at that time. My son's mother, she was pregnant and using at the same time. I was out there running around with her, and I think I had like 3 warrants. I had some shit going on. Like, I was under investigation, and I just got tired, man. I got tired, and I just made that choice to go in. And that was the day it changed, you know what I mean? And while I was in that change, like learning about honesty, learning about all the morals that we come from in our culture that I neglected because of a feeling. And those changes came, and finding, you know what I mean? I don't want to say I found God. I always knew who God was because of the family I came from. I wasn't no street nigga. Like, I didn't come from a family where my father was coming home from doing it big and my mother was cracked out. My father had problems, but he dressed clean. He drove the Cadillac. He came from that 70s era where niggas sniff coke and shit. And my mom's was a Christian woman. So you know what I mean? I knew what leaving cookies and carrots out for Santa Claus and the reindeers was at a young age. I like to use that analogy because a lot of kids don't have that with the families they grow up in. And I chose to be what Snoop Dogg and Dogg Pound Records. When I tell you I'm a child of hip hop, like I wanted to be Snoop Dogg. I was on the East Coast acting like Pac. So your question was like, how did I make that choice to get out? It was God, bro. Like it really was, because I knew who he was, and I found myself in a situation where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, how many times we gonna do this? And in July 2019, I made that choice to change my life, and I've been clean. No, I made one fuck up between then and then. So August 2019, that's a crazy story too. But in 2019, I made that choice in August, and I never looked back since. And I just kept getting stronger spiritually, and God kept revealing His life, like all the way to the point that I'm sitting here with you. You know what I mean? And that's all a result of making that life change. Then,
And that's big blessings, man. Like, yo, just hearing all that is like so fucking much, bro. Like, it gives me goosebumps even listening to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because there's not a lot of people out there that'll go through these barriers, that'll go through these roadblocks, and be able to do a 180 like you have. And I'm not gonna lie, and I want to bring more light to the situation because I don't want to like just stay on like the sad topics.
Right.
Just like the short span of you just like really pushing yourself out there, like you've created like a very good buzz for yourself in a very very small amount of time. As much as I known you, what was the pushing power? What was the marketing plan? Like what was like the scheme behind you being super consistent all the time, doing all these shows and looking for the features, going to Florida, going to New York, doing coast to coast? Like where did that energy come from? Like what, especially with that?
That's a good ass question, Booker T. Proud of you. Good shit.
I would say Exit Fame was born in 2000. The Exit Fame entity was made in 2020. And we can thank Donald Trump with the money he was giving us. COVID hit. And I was so, like, I think I just got a year. I was about 8 months sober. And shout out All Rhymes, man. Dange had me going to that studio. I was in a halfway house. And if you don't know, I was Fame Flint before. It was Fame Flint, me, Winner, Fame Flint. Like I was with Last Days. We was doing this stuff with Millies. We was doing this. Like I had a background already, kind of like from doing this rap shit. Then 2010, 2011, 2012, before Hell hit, and a lot of those relationships. Thanks God, I didn't burn them all, and people like Jay Hunt, you know what I mean? There was just some people who knew who I was that were willing to, because I always spit, you know what I mean? Like I always rapped. That was just my thing. The bars was always there. And making myself over again. Shout out DJ 213. I never give him credit, but he is someone behind the scenes you would be amazed, man. And he believed in me again, you know what I mean? All those people, and it was COVID, man. And I looked at that time. If you can go back to Facebook or Instagram. This is when they first started making the mask, and I did a freestyle with the mask on before people was wearing the mask, before they made it mandated. And I knew that anybody had the world's attention. Because I would go to my stories, and I'm just who I am. And famous people were watching my stories, and it let me believe. I was like, everybody's just sitting in their house, they're just scrolling, dog. Like they're just looking. Like I have a chance right now in this world to get out here and not play catch up, but imprint myself in people's mind. Strong content, make the right presentation. Like I had that experience, so we went to work. I took some risk, and I didn't stay in the house during COVID. I was running around downtown shooting videos here. Those cheap flights. I was going to Los Angeles. I was walking on remember those flights? They was cheap.
Yeah, nigga. Bro, there was niggas taking pictures on Facebook with like one person on the flight, nigga. They was on that shit lit, nigga, by themselves.
But we was taking advantage of it. I would have the camera on the flights, and the beauty of social media, like when you create your narrative, you control what people see. And I learned that in Los Angeles. Shout out, you know what I mean? All those those people, I don't know their names, but there was some people that showed me. Damn, my fault. There was some people that
Lonnie Land, my bad, bro.
Damn, there was some people that showed me how to create, like, I was just jumping back in, so it was like these things called algorithm, and there was these things called certain times to post, like, because I was just 1 o'clock in the morning. I want them to see this shit, like, and I was just posting shit and getting 2 likes, like, they're not liking my shit. Like, I had to learn, man. You know what I mean? I had to learn and understand it. And I keep it real. I was watching those YouTube videos on algorithm,
Man,
Facebook
shit,
algorithm,
I do it all the
Instagram
time.
algorithm. I had to learn it, and you know what I mean? And Atlantic time, Pacific time, like understanding this shit with branding, like, and then I just, you know what I mean? Putting out stuff with substance, something that, oh, that's worth me using my thumb to press like, you know what I mean? Like, not what the fuck I ate for dinner, you know what I mean? Like, they don't care, unfortunately. And I was studying that shit, and that push came, and I forgot what happened, man, out there, and a lot has happened since 2020 up to now, and we just kept going, bro. We just kept going, and as a local artist, how do I separate myself from this crabs a bucket? These all, you know what I mean? Like crabs in a bucket mentality. I'm not calling people crabs. Crabs in a bucket mentality where everybody wants to get here. How do I separate myself? And I came up with a strategic way of that. You know what I mean? Putting myself with elites, putting myself with, you know what I mean? Pay to play, you know what I mean? Paying to open up for artists, paying for that, paying for this, you know what I mean? Take so many losses, so many losses, or what you thought was going to create a moment, it might have created like something just for a day, you know what I mean? And it was like going back to the drawing board, but we was going for momentum. You go for momentum, and then you go to commodity. So I'm trying to make myself a commodity now, but yeah, I don't know. That's a wild answer. My fault.
No, that's actually perfect.
I
That's
was
a
just
perfect
about to
way
say,
to
that
put
was
it.
a perfect
Yeah.
answer to me.
Honestly,
I
that
don't know.
clip right there, when we see this again, that 3-minute clip is like its own like masterclass right there on how artists should be pushing themselves. Because if anybody search up,
People don't want to hear that shit though.
nobody want to do the extra work. They don't want to hear about paying to
That was
play
gonna
and
be
then
my next
taking
question,
losses.
bro. But you already
and all
answered
that.
it. No funny. We asked the same question to Sheik, and she broke shit. Listen, that she hurt a few people's feelings, but it's like people don't like. You're right. People don't want to hear it, but it's like it. That's what it. People need to hear it. You feel what I'm saying? So
Man, I'll give you a small, quick story. I paid. At the time, I didn't have my license or nothing. I could have got my license fixed, and I owed some fees and a car for a feature I bought. Like, and it was a loss. You know what I mean? Not that the artist did their job and everything, but it didn't do what I wanted to do. And those type of things are, I believe, tests from the universe. Let's see if you really want this shit. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Come back? And I used to go through. We go through things, man. We go through things in this, but kind of like kids play house, doctor, whatever. Are you just playing rapper? Do I just want to put the plexiglass up and go buy a mic from Walmart and take pictures in the booth and, you know what I mean? Like, and shoot a $40 video, and like, it's your presentation. Like, if you want us to take you serious, like, how can we take you serious in a world? Like, I just went to Coast, the first time in a long time where I got anxiety and kind of like to go perform, like, and I was like, yo, I ain't felt this shit in a minute. I was like, I gotta go shake this shit off because it's fucking 500 other people trying to do what you're doing. So basically, this thing of music is a lottery ticket. Just like a dude in high school and he's balling and he's trying to get to the league. There's 100 motherfuckers like us. You know what I mean? I think I found 3 lookalikes like me down there. Like,
not the lookalikes. Hey,
no,
yeah.
but like, oh shit, that's my style, nigga. Like, it's very hard to have something that is original that with 51 or 52 states, and now the UK's going, and now like, dog, we can find you somewhere else, but the different, like, no bullshit. So how do I make myself stand out with this? You know what I mean? And it's the key is investment. It's investment, man, and consistency. You got to invest, nigga. Like, you got to sacrifice so much. The level of the level of sacrifice that we make to do this shit, and I should be so far. I work 2 good jobs. Like, I make good money, but right now I think I probably got about $187 in my account. just off the strength of sacrificing for music, setting up. I'm already thinking for January, February. You talking about the show like, let's put the money down. Let's do it. Just do it. Just do it. Because I'm just hoping this bitch hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I told you, artists, I'm looking this camera. You motherfuckers need to learn how to invest in yourselves, bro. Like no funny shit. Us promoters don't be really getting anything. We trying to help y'all sometimes. So it's like this is the second mogul of Boston that came on this podcast and said the same exact thing, but just in a different form. Basically, right? Like invest in yourselves, bro. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, bro.
It's scary. It's not hard.
It's scary. There you go. It's scary. Not hard, but damn, man. All right. So I know you done performed basically in numerous, like myriad of places. Is there like a specific performance that you remember that you would like be like, nah, this was the one all time?
Los Angeles.
Oh shit.
That experience. You know what I mean? They showed love. Like it was. No, I don't. Yeah, shit. I don't want to. That was my favorite performance, but I've had some good ones in some places, man. But that was by far like the treatment. You know what I mean? Like the way they. How do you? There's some promoters that will, if you have that local artist or that stigma to you, they'll try to treat you that way. And over there, they just treated everyone as equals. Like, what's your name? All right, the Exit Fame. There he is. All right, set him up over. Like they treated you right, and then you came out in the crowd like it was real hip hop. Like, and it was like, all right, everybody, we'll give you 4 seconds. Convince me that you're good. Like, because I think nowadays you got about 2 or 4 seconds to convince a motherfucker to be like, all right, I'm invested, or all right, next. You know what I mean? And they gave me my 4 seconds, man. And that energy, they reciprocated it. And all the way in Los Angeles, I was like, oh shit. You know, that magic happens that gives you that goosebumps, man. And that was my favorite one.
Nah, that's dope. I can only imagine fucking going to LA and everybody screaming, yeah. I would be like, oh shit.
Yeah, nigga.
That's crazy. I would be like, oh, this is lit. But nah, it's definitely love because I know Boston, the Boston support scene is really, really basuda. Like it sucks. So it's like hearing like you going to LA, especially LA, like, and they showing love to the East Coast. Like that's just love. I like that. That's definitely dope. No funny. I love that shit. Where's my? Oh, I'm about to spark this other blunt. Cause
yeah, you definitely gotta move, man. You gotta people look at people like Cousin Stiz, man. You know, Smoke Bolger. Like you look at you know what I mean? Like Token, you know what I mean? Like there's just people out here. The thing that separates them from us is that they're constantly taking those chances on the road, man. Like there's however it happened financially, but going on the road is expensive. The rental, the hotel room, the entourage, the food, you know what I mean? Like, and then you got to have motherfuckers moving right on the road. God forbid someone catch a case out there. It's a lot that goes into it.
Sheesh, man. Listen, I'm not an artist, but I can only imagine like all the bullshit that comes with it, especially if you're trying to book shows on the road, trying to connect with people on the road, trying to stay consistent or consistently connect with people on the road. Because there be promoters like, what can I say? There was a promoter like in, I think it was Miami. He reached out a few times, but now reached back. And then it'll be like, he'll go MIA for like 3-4 days. And then he'll reach back up and be like, yo, we still on for the show. I'll be like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I thought you feel me? So nah, it's definitely, I can only imagine, bro. Like, I can only imagine. Like, no funny shit. I'm over here high as hell. You good over there, Uzi? Just making sure he hasn't said shit. Usually he be chiming in like, yeah, da-da-da-da. He haven't said nothing today. It's kind of weird. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird as shit. All right, let's get back to the album though. Is there like a favorite song off the album that you?
It has changed now that my dog is gone. His favorite song was he liked Loyalty Part 2, featuring 100 Round Cotto. Loyalty Part 2, yeah. I like him. I like all my songs, but that he really took liking to that one. But slipping with Attic and Rose. You know what I mean? There's a lot. I don't know. I like my album, but that's the one that's I just performed it on Magic. You know what I mean? He was there, and I performed it at the listening party, and it broke. You know what I mean? It broke me down, man, and just the now the words that I'm saying in it. You know what I mean? I really, you know what I mean? My dog Buddha, he was going through some health stuff when I wrote that verse, and that was a close call for us, and we got out of that one, but this situation, you know what I mean? It didn't work that way. So now those words are like, you know what I mean? That's my shit.
Nah, that's definitely dope.
But one of my favorite songs, I'm not gonna front, that Hallelujah song, bro.
The intro, Hallelujah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Even like my mother is a very religious like woman, and I was playing the video the day it came out. My mom was like, that song got some flavor. I was like, you would say that, mom. You would say that. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, going back to like how you just like mixing like Christianity with the street and everything. I don't know. It's just like I feel like you open up your own lane, and it brings me even to my next question. Like, how can an artist really like humble themselves to get the respect from their city, get the respect
You
from the
can't,
state?
yeah,
Because
like,
I feel like you even being around, like doing so much in a short amount of time, everybody everybody respects you. Everybody
Yeah.
cheers for you. You know, like and it's like I know that you're. Am I correct? Roxbury, right?
I'm Facein is like the borderline. So half of my streets Roxbury, half of my streets Dorchester.
And see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, like even me being a fan, like I don't know primarily like where you're from. And when it comes to Boston artists, the only way that you can tell the difference between them is where they're from. You know,
Right,
For
right.
you, you're just like this mass artist that just represents like just the streets in general. So like, how do you feel like artists can get that same respect without basically doing the whole tug of war thing that usually happens?
You
sometimes?
gotta like. I was speaking with CSP Music Group in Atlanta, and while I was in this meeting with this dude, he went like, all right, so if he wanted to know he wanted to know something about me, he went to where did he go? Yeah, so he actually went to the Facebook. He asked me what's my most popping platform. You know, still work the Instagram algorithm changes, so still working on that. But he went to my Facebook. He scrolled for about, you know what I mean, 6 minutes. Or maybe, I don't know. And basically he didn't see me giving my personal opinions about political shit. He didn't see me talking ignorant about shit. He didn't see me disrespecting women on my shit. He didn't see that's your resume. Like these things are like, if a person wants to find out who you are, jobs are even starting to look at your stuff. You know what I mean? Jobs are even starting to look at that. So if you go on your shit and like, this thing is a bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up when I see him. How do you want to be the fucking
God
tech
damn
rep
it.
at my job? I can't hire this
Oh
nigga.
shit.
No.
All right, guys. I'm sorry.
So
man.
Jizzy, you hit,
Oh, no. I'm not talking about
that,
you.
right?
But you're
Shut
asking
up,
me.
guys.
Def Jam is not going to contact us because you're going to want to
Sorry.
strangle everybody.
I'm not gonna
He's going to want to strangle everybody at Def Jam.
But so
shit.
on my platforms, you will never see me talk down to another rapper. You will never see me take the bait on someone entertaining my name. If you I support everything, and you can be on there saying some crazy shit about me. It's happened. You know what I mean? Someone, whatever, with a different opinion. I'll go to that post. Somebody hit me up like, "Yeah, you see this shit," and I'll like it. I feel you, bro. I'm gonna just show you love because love's always gonna win. You know what I mean? Meeting me personally on the street, one-on-one, that's a totally different situation. You know what I mean? But for the people that I'm around and being with stuff, if the streets wanted to go in that direction, the last thing you want is a paper trail that these two didn't like each other on there. So if it was that deep and you wanted to, you know what I mean? But that's another topic. But I just don't express emotion. All you're gonna see from me is motivation, learning, growth, and a little bit of laughter. But rather than that, man, it's just, I don't know. And when you're putting nothing but that out in the universe, it has to come back. And that's law. That's the laws of attraction. And 48 laws of you gotta. I don't know. I study a lot of that shit. So
I always go back and forth into that book as well too.
yeah, man.
One big thing I always see you mention is the algorithm, the analytics, and all that. And I know that's hugely important. A lot of artists like to not pay attention to that. For you, like in one day, like how much time do you spend like for online promotion, reading analytics, or even I don't know if you do ad campaigns or anything else like that? Like on a daily basis, like how much time do you spend on that? Because a lot of artists probably think that they need to spend time taking pictures, going in the booth, and then only spending 30 minutes like responding to emails and stuff, and then that's it. But certain people might have a different way.
Man, I probably went since 2020, starting off Exit Fame. I used to probably post like 5 times a day and be upset that no one likes my shit. I used to man, I used to do everything the wrong fucking way. And the algorithm and the analytics, not to keep bringing them up. I listen to motivational speeches all day and imitate success. Who are you trying to be out here? Like, watch somebody that's doing what you want to do and let's really study that shit. I really like one of the strongest blueprints as a mass rapper right now is Millie's blueprint. It's all there. You know what I mean? From the times to how they post and everything. And I was watching that shit critically, like learning from this dude. A lot of people neglect Twitter. People are not on Twitter. Go on Twitter. There's so much shit you learn that, like, I be seeing this shit, and I was studying these things from a certain people and watching that, and then I had to look up what algorithm meant. I didn't know what it meant. You know what I mean? And it's important, these words, the analytics and algorithm, know the definition of it. If I had to take a test on this shit, know what it actually means. So, Mega Magic, we have different brands. So our algorithms at different times. You know what I mean? If I'm dealing with a drill rapper, a younger audience, you know what I mean? What time, just to categorize them. Me, I'm older. So the people that support me, they're different. They're 9-to-5 workers. What time are these motherfuckers on social media at a certain time? Know your audience. If my audience is between 16 and 19, these niggas ain't getting up till about 10, 11, 12, something like that. You know what I mean? What's the first thing the person does on Saturday morning? You get out of bed, motherfucker go right this and stay on that bitch for about 2 hours almost, staying in the bed. Most people. And they scroll. Like, no human. Study the people. Study it. You know what I mean? Like, I got that deep with it. You know what I mean?
That's major.
I got that deep with it.
Say when it comes to your craft that you need to always dive in deep into it. Like you need to be overly obsessed about it. You know what I'm saying? Like do more than.
Well, there's people that get paid to do that shit.
I mean, ding, 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 ding. That's part of
one of my
afternoon
paid
jobs.
to do that shit. So, and I'm still not where I want to be, and that's just from little knowledge is a game. But
you learn more through the trial and error that you go through because everything that you're doing is data. So it's all data that you're basically saving for the next album and for the next week, so you could perfect it towards your own.
Shit, I'm still learning how to do that shit my damn self. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah. I run like 2 pages, nigga, on Instagram and a page on Facebook and some more shit, and that should be aggravating. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's crazy.
So, right, I'm gonna put you on ice right now.
All right.
Give me a top 5 local artists, and top 5 all time.
My top 5 all time, that always changes. Right now, top 5 made like the first, not the local one yet. We're gonna save the hard one for last. Top 5 right now, just meeting them is Jadakiss, man. This
isn't in order, right?
No, it's not in order. It's not in order. It's just influence for me.
Got you.
I'm deep nip influenced, man. The spitters, man. I came up in that school, man. So like people like Lloyd Banks, you know. I always gotta give Wayne his credit. You know what I mean? Because I battle with the Drake and Wayne thing, but you can't have Drake without Wayne. So I always say Wayne for the top 5. But you know, and then I love J.Cole. You know, I love Cole. Those are that's my top 5. But
Wait, you said
the Wayne and Drake.
Wayne and Drake.
shit,
Okay.
But you can't have. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay. No, that's a good 5.
Yeah.
That's a nice 5. I'll take that 5. I mean, Kendrick's not in it, but I'll take that 5.
Like that 10, you know what I mean? But that battle, the same thing with Wayne and Drake, that goes with Kendrick and Cole.
Yeah, everybody's bro.
That goes with
I was
Kendrick
kind
and
of
Cole.
surprised that Kendrick wasn't in there too.
I chose Cole.
But it makes up for it. Cole does kind of make up.
Don't do that.
I think Cole's better.
Kendrick. No, whoa.
I think
We can have this debate. Do not do
I
this.
love Kendrick.
Uzi, grab a microphone. You're not about to say no. Like this.
This is one thing. Look, this is the one thing.
I love Kendrick. Great bars. The one thing that throws me off about Kendrick that J. Cole did post-production, right? J. Cole did this post-production. Kendrick did it during the recordings, right? Was the Nicki Minaj, where it's the voices. I'm okay with some of the voices, but sometimes you get too in-depth with it that you're losing me. I don't want to listen to that shit right now. You know what I mean?
I think
that
Kendrick...
was my thing. They were just...
For me, when I listen to a Kendrick album, like especially the Steppers one that just came out, it's fire. And
it's a classic.
No, Kendrick is there. Like my shit switches.
Better than Cole.
Nah.
Yeah. Yes. Better than Cole. Better than Cole.
Nah, he's better than Cole.
Thank you. Better than Cole.
I can respect that opinion though. But for me, I think Kendrick he's a little more for the newer generation, and Cole is. You hear it on middle child when Cole says that he was like, "I'm in the middle of both." You know what I mean? I'm having conversations with Uji, and I'm meeting Hov for lunch. Like he's right there. I think Kendrick, like you were saying, the voices and stuff. The more younger generation appreciates it. I vibe with. I have more Cole records I vibe with than I have Kendrick, but I respect Kendrick. All fucking day.
So what is this? Two Kendrick, 2 Cole? You agree? Kendrick, right? Of course. Whose team are you on?
Sorry, J.Cole.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, yo. My own girlfriend just turned on me, yo. That's crazy. Damn.
You know Cole's going for the ladies.
Nah, no funny shit, Uzi. We're gonna have to put like a poll up in this video. I'm telling y'all.
He made them songs.
You can throw it on the real. Yo, that really just shocked the fuck out of me. You're like, bro. Damn. All right, well, next question.
That's showing my age.
Nope.
I'm 37.
You still shocked me with that shit too?
I'm showing my age. I like Cole better.
Like, all right, I'm gonna let it slide for now. I'm really sad that you
I
said
got
that. No, he can't get out of it. He has to do the top 5 local ones. That's the hard. You gotta do the top 5 local. You can't do that. Yep.
Top 5 local, very huge inspirations. Millie's is number 1 on that. This is not in order. This is not in an order either. It's not in an order. I really fuck with Grimy Gert's flow. Like I like that niggas. Like he got that pain, bro. He got that pain, man. I love Avenue. You know what I mean? That's I've been a fan since Fame Flint when we was doing music together.
That's 3.
It's 3. I'm a fan of Dutch. I'm a fan of Dutch Rebel. In the 5th, can I say myself? Can I get out of this?
Nope. No. I was about to be like, yeah, but nope.
Can't get out of this. All right. In the 5th, Lighten shit the fuck up. Shit, man. It goes between bricks and zip, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I did Drake and Wayne. Like it's bricks and zip. You know what I mean? For the you know what I mean? They're under me on the age, but the pain that they talking about, you would think Bricks is my age, and Zip, you know what I mean? He blends both worlds together really well, man. But there would be more if there was a top 10, but we only can choose 5. But I'm gonna go there.
Okay. It's a good 5. Can't get mad at that. I'm still mad at the whole Kendrick thing, and but we'll get
Nah,
past
since
it.
we're talking about like old school and new school, there was like a popular topic that was going on Twitter about 21 Savage. I guess he was talking about on Clubhouse saying like how Nas is irrelevant. Like and Nas just dropped an album, and his album is like
Same day as me.
yeah,
motherfucker.
his album is like his album is like just to give people references of like relevancy. Like his album is projected to sell 50,000 units, and you have Glorilla. She's like one of the most popular people. Her album is projected to sell 23K. You know what I'm saying? And she's a very relevant person to this day. So, how do you feel about that? Like that comment from 21 Savage, like saying like a person like Nas is irrelevant.
When you really listen to the comment, I was telling people this at my job, dog. Like he wasn't trying to diss Nas. Like you gotta listen to what he was saying. In this media, they'll take some words like yeah, like like nigga, I didn't get the fuck out of here. He was saying kind of like I was just explaining with the music, like you know what I mean. Like the youth control hip hop. Like what's trending, what's popping, the fashion we wear, you know what I mean? Like everything. So what he was saying is like those influences, like those people, like they're not. He was just basically saying Nas is not like forefront, but like right now everybody, like right now you can go to this new generation and they're not gonna tell you Biggie's the greatest rapper of all time. You got people right now from their heart that are gonna tell you, nigga, NBA YoungBoy's better than Jay-Z. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh
and they
my God,
mean it. They mean it. Why is that? Because in 96, I would have told you that Tupac blows fucking Rakim out the water, and a nigga from New York would have looked at me like blasphemy. But nigga, like at that time, nigga, I'm listening to this shit every day, nigga. Like, I don't even know what the fuck Rakim is. Like, who is that? Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's what he meant. 21 Savage, they looked at that shit and they ran with it. Like, I was like, but I think that's what he meant. He didn't mean that. He knows who Nas is to the game. Like, he knows who a person like that. So I think it was just misquoted.
And just to follow through with that, what does like relevancy means to you? Like if you were to get to a certain plateau as an artist, like is your aim to be relevant? And if it is to be relevant, is it to be relevant? All right, I want to be only relevant to the people of Massachusetts, or is it like you want to be internationally known? Like what is relevancy to you?
Unfortunately, Massachusetts is the type of place that if you're relevant to another world, that's like if you're relevant in Atlanta or you're relevant out here, and the definition of relevancy, that's like we should Google that shit. We should look it up. What exactly that means. Let's do it.
Hey yo.
The exact definition of relevant, nigga.
I don't know. Oh, he's really doing it. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Closely connected or appropriate to what is being done or considered. What small companies need is relevant advice. So closely connected. So what's trending? Like what's new? What's like, you know what I mean? Like how does Jordan keep retros relevant? You know what I mean? These been out since the 80s. How do I keep that relevant?
Don't he like resell them shits like every 10 years?
Yeah, how do I keep these relevant?
Well,
New colors, new designs, same shit.
limited pairs and shit when he sells them. So I
Like,
don't know.
all types of gimmicks that make you relevant to a 15-year-old saying, I want that, or that's appealing to me. I was just with Gilly, dog. You know what I mean? Like, this man's 50-something years old. $1 million worth of game is a very popular podcast. He's funny. You know what I mean? He fucks with the youth. You know what I mean? He don't even make music. You know what I mean? Like, it's connecting to the youth, man. No matter what. Like, right now, you talk to, I don't even know if an A&R exists anymore. So we have to be very careful when someone says, yeah, I'm an A&R for Rock Nation and shit. Like,
nowadays, people control their own social media and all that.
social media
so
is
like,
an A&R.
Yeah, your social media.
Yeah,
is
so,
A&R.
but
that's the A&R.
like, if you have somebody like, and you meet people in the industry, like, shout out Big Mike, you know what I mean? Pioneer in this game. Like, he told me, you got to get popping on TikTok. Like, that's the new thing. Unfortunately, it's what it is. Like, you got to find your.
My kids are drowning their faces.
You got to find. You got
That's
to.
what everybody's looking at.
You got to find your thing. Or are you one of those? I don't want to say this word, so let me say it correct. Because bitter people will be like, I don't even care. That's like poor people that say money ain't everything. Like, I never had a lot of money, but I know you stupid. I know that's dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
It's something, motherfucker.
yeah, it gotta be something. You know what I mean? People die for it. So when people say, yo, I don't even care about all that shit, yo, I just make music for me. No, you don't. No, you don't. You had a dream and you got in that booth because you wanted it to be heard. Something didn't work out and you got discouraged and you stopped the push because hip hop is competition. It is competition, no matter whether you like it or not. Oh, I come from that generation anyway. And how do you stay relevant? You know what I mean? Like, I have to stay trending. I had an embarrassing moment in Atlanta. I went performing at 12 o'clock at night in Atlanta, and I thought I can do the song Raining. Terrible decision. Like, you gotta read this shit. And I learned something. I was like, that whole 2 weeks down there, I learned like these sounds. Like, I was like listening to it, and you can hear it on May God Be With You 3. Like, right when you turn that bitch on, it starts off, and then it like automatically like that, like no matter what, right into it. Like, I want to keep you captivated. It's about people want to dance. Like, gangsters can dance now. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's okay. Like,
nah, for real though. Like,
Hear that,
you see
Uzi? It's okay.
All right, Uzi, you hear that?
No, I'm not saying that we gotta do it. I'm not saying we gotta do it, but no matter what, people want to vibe. You know what I mean? People want to talk.
What the fuck?
You talking about? You seen the new little Uzi dance on that I Wanna Rock?
Too random. What the fuck? My big ass can't do no shit like that, bro.
Salsa.
I always say that because you have to know what's going on around you, or you're gonna get left in the dust. You know what I mean? Like, right now, huge rapper for me when I was younger, growing up, is Core Mega. Does anybody in this room know Core Mega dropped the album?
I know him. I got a big
If you're on
inspiration
that
from.
camera, ask yourself, do you know that Core Mega dropped the album? Shout out Core Mega, the album's fire.
Not a
But
lot
do
of
you
people
know?
gonna know that. Not a lot of people gonna know.
They don't
That's
know
the truth, yeah.
because.
You got to be it's like a cult following to be.
So are you? What are you doing it for? Are you doing this to? I'm in this shit because I want to fucking change the dynamic of my family with hip hop. I love rap music. It's been a dream of mine. I want all that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, how am I trying to attain that? A lot of perspectives and agendas. I want to show people in the world what God can do with someone from the absolute bottom. I want to take this shit to the max. How am I gonna do that? I gotta play ball, cause these young motherfuckers will blow you out the water. You know what I mean? I look at people like Shay Bands, like she'll have some shit drop, that shit go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I watched her do a show and the young motherfuckers, I'd be like, ah, like, we gotta find a way to implement this shit. To you know what I mean? You don't want to be like the old guy looking like trying to be a kid, but that balance, like you said, how do I implement spirituality into hip hop? How do you implement the younger generation into your performance, your show set? Let's find a way.
And I think you're doing an incredible job because I still can't believe you're fucking 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
Chill out.
I still
You
can't
gotta
believe
chill
it.
out, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
still stuck on that shit too.
Yeah,
That's- he
so
said
you
that.
definitely
He lying.
You
That's the thing
definitely
I did.
connecting with the youth the right way. You connecting
You
with
have to.
You could,
They control this shit, unfortunately.
I mean, I am the youth. I'm only 21 and shit.
Yeah, y'all
Man,
niggas
like,
run this. Look
you
at,
feel
I'm
me?
here
only
with y'all
21 and
niggas.
shit, like, I'm 29. I'm sorry.
Look, we here, nigga.
I'm just
you
old
lied?
ass nigga.
I thought he was 21.
Nah, nigga, I'm 29, nigga. I wish.
I was like, oh
Shit about to be
shit.
lit. Nigga, what you talking about?
Imagine
Shit would've been a
imagine
movie,
you was
nigga.
21 right now.
Bro, what? I would have been
Doing this?
I would not be here.
Yeah,
I would
we
have been
would-
in. No, I was in jail no soon. But it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm 29. I wish. At least I passed.
I
like
fucks
the
with
21,
y'all.
bro. This shit's lit. No funny shit. But nah, this has been a dope ass episode. I didn't even know we hit an hour. That's crazy. It's a long ass conversation. I blame him.
I do talk too much.
I blame him.
I talk a lot. I could go off too.
Look, he done brought the fucking Coronas.
I don't drink.
Yeah, he don't drink, but I'm about to.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not. I ain't drinking, coach. But yeah, no, yeah, no funny shit. I definitely appreciate you, bro. First before I even close it out? What's next? What's coming for you? What's next coming for?
For 2022 is I'm trying to close it out with a Jadakiss style show up in New York. We're working on that. I got faith in God it's gonna work out. The video for the outro and the video for loyalty, those are coming and then it's, I'm gearing up and then May God Be With You 3. We gotta hit him with deluxe, at least a new 4 extra tracks and some features. That's how you relevancy, staying consistent. And we're gonna see where God's taking us from there, man. Shout out True L, man. He's talking about a tour and everything like that. Like we got some things coming up for 2023, but right now it's, you know what I mean? It's the end of the fourth quarter and we just trying to go out with a win.
Yes, sir. Heard it here first. Let them know where they can find you at, bro.
Exit Fame, EXITFAME, all platforms. May God Be With You 3. God Loves Sinners. It's out now. You already know, man. Majestic forever. And we here.
And you heard it here first. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. We'll bring them back for a part 2. I know y'all gonna be asking for
You
it.
already.
You feel me? Huge shout out to my co-host, my brother, Mega Magic in the fucking building. Pretty sure he's gonna talk shit once we cut these cameras off, as usual. This is your motherfucking favorite host, G Honcho, represent Talk of the Town, represent Mass Collision. Episode is sponsored by Undeniable Sound and Lonnie's Land. We out.
A lot of niggas wouldn't hate on me if they knew all the weight on me. Thought it was all turned till you turned on me. Now I feel the burn for eternity. I know I heard him speak, but I choose to ignore him. I didn't play the streets, started writing these poems. Ask me how so-and-so, I don't even be knowing. Cause a nigga switched his focus and I think that it's showing. Now I've been up for 4